In a world where emotional entanglements often cloud judgment and lead to unnecessary suffering, the philosophy of Stoicism offers a refreshing perspective on love and relationships, particularly resonant with Sigma males. These independent, self-reliant individuals, who thrive on their autonomy and inner strength, find the concept of loving without attachment not only appealing but essential to their way of life. For Sigma males, who value their freedom and mental clarity above all, Stoicism provides the perfect framework to navigate the complexities of love without losing oneself. By embracing the Stoic principles of rational detachment and emotional resilience, they can engage in relationships that are meaningful yet devoid of the pitfalls of possessiveness and dependency. This approach allows them to maintain their integrity and self-sufficiency while still experiencing deep connections with others. In essence, Stoicism empowers Sigma males to love fully and freely, without compromising their core values or personal boundaries. It's a philosophy that harmonizes with their natural inclination towards self-mastery and emotional fortitude, enabling them to cultivate relationships that enhance their lives without diminishing their sense of self. Number 1. Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in the logic of managing emotions to lead a virtuous life, offers valuable insights into loving more freely and fully. Love, in its purest form, is a generous act of the will, a choice to wish the best for others without needing reciprocation or possession. This form of love is free from the chains of expectation and dependency, which are often signs of attachment rather than true affection. Attachment can often disguise itself as love, where fear and insecurity lay their roots, manifesting as a clinging neediness that paradoxically drives us to grasp tighter at the risk of losing what we hold dear. Stoics warn us about such attachments, arguing that by allowing our happiness to depend heavily on someone else's actions or presence, we surrender our tranquility. Stoicism teaches us to embrace a concept known as amor fati, or love of fate, encouraging us to cherish and accept what life brings, joyous or challenging, without letting either disturb our inner peace. When we love without attachment, we commit to an honest expression of care that respects both our own integrity and that of our loved ones. We allow our partners the freedom to be themselves without the pressure to conform to our expectations. This doesn't mean we don't care deeply or passionately, rather, it means that our emotional state isn't solely reliant on the actions or feelings of others. It's about supporting rather than controlling, understanding rather than demanding. By regularly examining our motives and reactions through Stoic practices such as mindfulness and reflection, we can begin to separate healthy affection from possessive attachment. We learn to appreciate present moments with our loved ones without persistent worry about future uncertainties, thus strengthening our relationships and aligning ourselves with Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Number 2. The importance of self-love and personal growth, especially when we're caught up in the whirlwind of external relationships, is often overlooked. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on the idea that to truly love others, we must first cultivate a profound sense of self-love and personal growth. This isn't about selfishness, rather. It's about self-respect and self-awareness, essential ingredients for any healthy relationship. Personal growth stems from our commitment to becoming better human beings through the pursuit of virtue and wisdom. It involves continuous examination of one's character and actions, striving for self-improvement. This introspective practice leads us to become more resilient and adaptable in the face of life's challenges. When we know ourselves deeply and cherish our own company, we are less likely to seek completion or validation from others, which is a common trap leading to attachment and relationship strain. Self-love in Stoicism also means accepting ourselves fully, including our flaws and imperfections. It encourages us to treat ourselves with kindness and compassion, teaching us how to extend the same to others. Conflicts often arise not from outright disagreement, but from our reactions to perceived slights or failures, both in ourselves and our partners. Personal growth involves setting personal boundaries that are healthy and respectful of both our well-being and that of others. These boundaries are not walls but guidelines helping us interact with others in a way that maintains our dignity and respects our values. Knowing when to say no or when to step back and allow others space can be powerful acts of self-love and respect. By regularly engaging in daily reflections, whether through meditation or journaling, we better understand our progress in self-love and personal growth, aligning our actions with our true selves. This ultimately leads to richer, more meaningful relationships, enabling us to offer love that is generous and pure. Number 3, attachment is often fueled by our reactions to uncertainty and our deep-seated fears about loss and inadequacy. Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches the art of emotional regulation and the pursuit of virtue through rational thinking, offers profound insights into managing these fears. Attachment arises when we allow our happiness to depend excessively on external factors, whether possessions, people, or situations. The Stoics taught that investing our emotional well-being in things outside our control sets us up for disappointment and distress. They advocated for an inner detachment from external outcomes, emphasizing that true contentment comes from within, based on our ability to maintain virtue in the face of life's fluctuations. Imagine a scenario where someone fears losing the affection or approval of a loved one. This fear can lead to behaviors aimed at keeping the other person close at all costs, often manifesting as jealousy, possessiveness, or neediness. Such behaviors are not expressions of love but signs of attachment, undermining the individual's peace of mind and straining the very relationships they hope to preserve. Stoicism teaches us to embrace amor fati, the love of one's fate, meaning accepting and loving everything that happens. Understanding that life's occurrences, pleasant or unpleasant, are opportunities for personal growth and development. This acceptance is not passive resignation but an active engagement with life, viewing every event as a chance to practice virtues like patience, courage, and understanding. Stoics practice mindfulness and reflection to recognize early signs of unhealthy attachment. Through daily meditations, they remind themselves of the impermanence of all things and the importance of focusing on their actions and responses rather than attempting to control the uncontrollable. This helps them develop a healthier, more stable form of love, free from the anxieties of attachment, encouraging individuals to invest in personal growth and value others for who they are. Number 4, to truly embrace Stoic philosophy and combat the challenges of attachment in our relationships and everyday lives, Stoicism introduces several practical exercises. These exercises are actionable strategies that help cultivate detachment and foster a deeper sense of peace and resilience. One central Stoic practice for cultivating detachment is negative visualization. This involves periodically contemplating the loss of things we value, whether relationships, possessions, or our current lifestyle. The purpose isn't to dwell on sadness but to appreciate what we have now and prepare ourselves emotionally for possible changes in the future. This practice teaches us not to take things for granted and helps lessen the shock and pain that might accompany actual losses. Another key exercise is the discipline of desire, training ourselves to want only what is within our control. Stoics divide things into two categories: what we can control, our thoughts, behaviors, and reactions, and what we can't control, almost everything else, including the behavior of others and most life circumstances. By focusing our energy and desires on our actions, we remain more emotionally stable and satisfied with our lives, regardless of external circumstances. Voluntary discomfort is another practice, involving occasionally forgoing pleasures like a warm shower, favorite foods, or even technology for a day. This reinforces our ability to cope with adversity and diminishes the fear of discomfort that often leads to attachment. If we can be content with less and handle minor discomforts, we're less likely to feel destabilized when bigger challenges arise. Lastly, regular self-examination through journaling or meditation allows us to assess our attachments and question their hold over us. Reflection helps us recognize when we're slipping into dependency and provides the clarity needed to correct our course. Integrating these exercises into daily life enhances our ability to detach healthily, enriching our overall experience and improving our relationships. Number 5, Stoicism, with its rich history and profound insights into human behavior, offers invaluable guidance on fostering sustainable relationships. In a world where relationships can be as fluctuating as the stock market, Stoicism teaches us to anchor our connections in virtue, understanding, and mutual growth elements, ensuring longevity and depth in our interactions. At the heart of promoting sustainable relationships through Stoicism is the principle of living according to nature, which includes accepting and loving people as they are, not as we wish them to be. This acceptance aligns with focusing only on what we can control, our reactions, not others' feelings, behaviors, or thoughts. This perspective helps reduce conflicts by directing our energy towards our responses rather than attempting to change the other person. Stoicism emphasizes viewing relationships as opportunities for mutual growth. Every interaction is a chance to practice virtues like patience, empathy, and understanding. For instance, when disagreements arise, instead of reacting with anger or frustration, we can view these situations as opportunities to practice patience and deeply understand another's viewpoint. This not only helps resolve conflicts more effectively, but also strengthens the bond by building a foundation of respect and appreciation for each other's perspectives. Moreover, Stoicism encourages maintaining independence within relationships, not as emotional distance, but as each person cultivating their well-being and virtues. By each partner focusing on personal growth and happiness, the relationship is less likely to suffer from codependency and more likely to thrive on the contribution of two whole, independently content individuals. This approach aligns with the Stoic belief that external factors should not dictate our inner peace and happiness. Clear and honest communication is critical in sustainable Stoic relationships. Transparency fosters trust and prevents misunderstandings, showing genuine interest in others' well-being and regularly engaging in meaningful conversations. Incorporating these Stoic principles enriches all types of relationships, promoting understanding, growth, independence, and clear communication. Number 6, Stoicism's enduring wisdom offers profound lessons for dealing with the emotional turbulence that often accompanies modern relationships, providing a pathway to deeper connections and personal serenity. Central to Stoic teachings is the concept of the dichotomy of control, which reminds us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and reactions, while accepting what we cannot. In relationships, this means nurturing a love that is free from the chains of expectation and dependency, fostering a generous, unconditional affection that wishes well for others without requiring reciprocation. By practicing mindfulness and reflection, we can recognize when attachment, with its roots in fear and insecurity, begins to undermine our peace of mind. Embracing amor fati, the love of fate, encourages us to cherish and accept all that life brings, whether joyous or challenging, without letting it disturb our inner tranquility. This perspective allows us to support our partners in their authentic selves, promoting mutual growth and respect. Through the regular application of Stoic exercises such as negative visualization and voluntary discomfort, we cultivate resilience and appreciation for the present moment, enhancing our ability to love freely and fully while maintaining our own integrity and peace. Negative visualization involves periodically contemplating the loss of things we value, relationships, possessions, or our current lifestyle, not to dwell on sadness, but to appreciate what we have now and prepare ourselves emotionally for possible changes in the future. This practice teaches us not to take things for granted and helps lessen the shock and pain that might accompany actual losses. Voluntary discomfort, another Stoic practice, involves occasionally foregoing pleasures like a warm shower, favorite foods, or even technology for a day. This reinforces our ability to cope with adversity and diminishes the fear of discomfort that often leads to attachment. If we can be content with less and handle minor discomforts, we're less likely to feel destabilized when bigger challenges arise. These exercises, along with regular self-examination, allow us to assess our attachments and question their hold over us, ultimately leading to healthier, more stable relationships that align with Stoic virtues. Number 7, Stoicism offers a compelling framework for addressing the common challenges of attachment and dependency in relationships, providing tools to foster a love that is both deep and liberated. At its core, Stoic philosophy teaches us to differentiate between healthy affection and possessive attachment, encouraging us to root our happiness within ourselves rather than in external circumstances. The practice of negative visualization, where we contemplate the loss of valued aspects of our lives, helps us appreciate what we have and prepares us for inevitable changes. This acceptance fosters a love that respects freedom, allowing us to support our loved ones without imposing our desires on them. Stoicism's emphasis on self-awareness and personal growth ensures that we remain whole and resilient individuals within relationships, reducing the likelihood of codependency. By regularly engaging in mindfulness and reflection, we can identify and address our insecurities and fears, transforming our approach to love from one of neediness to one of genuine care. Embracing amor fati, or the love of fate, teaches us to accept life's ups and downs with grace, enabling us to maintain inner peace and emotional stability, thereby enriching our relationships and aligning them with Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. Voluntary discomfort, where we intentionally expose ourselves to minor hardships, helps us build resilience and reduces the fear of future discomfort. This practice can be as simple as taking a cold shower, fasting, or refraining from certain luxuries for a period. It teaches us to find contentment in simplicity and strengthens our ability to handle more significant challenges. Regular self-examination through journaling or meditation helps us maintain clarity about our motives and reactions, ensuring that our love remains healthy and free from possessiveness. By integrating these Stoic practices into our daily lives, we foster a love that is generous and respectful, enhancing the quality of our relationships and our personal well-being. Thank you for your attention. You can now become a member of the channel by clicking the Join button under this video.